Hi everyone, Marsha the Great here. Listen, basically what's happening is Emma Logan has resumed harassment of me over my YouTube, and until I get like direct evidence that it's not her, I'm just gonna assume it's definitely her. And I don't care if I get reported for this shit. I don't care. Like I don't care. Like it's her, right? She's been harassing me via my YouTube, via this user called Unknown WLM, which I think is kind of like a slur against my queerness, saying women who love men, unknown woman who loves men, which is what I think that username is, but I could be wrong. But she's definitely been harassing me through my YouTube. And the reason why I think that is because not only because of the language used in the harassment on my YouTube, like the way the words are used and formed. It's also because of the videos themselves that are being targeted by this user. They're going to change names and they're going to change identities at some point. I'm kind of expecting that, but yes, she has been harassing me through my YouTube. It's been her and her lot. I'm not ashamed to say it, and it's just too coincidental for it not to be her or someone connected to her and her family. And what I'm going to highlight are two things. The first thing I'm going to highlight is the fact that when I addressed her youngest and I spoke the truth about what was going on, none of the really important points were picked up on during that video. Because all of those things that I talked about were evidenced by other videos and other documents, right? Or documents on the videos. So first thing to note is that Emma Logan, through Unknown WLM, that they'll change the name at some point, they didn't bring up anything important. They only brought up what they thought they could latch onto, which was Charlie Kirk and racism. And even then, it was just a bunch of stupid rhetoric designed to drain me and waste my time, even though it was doing neither such thing. Because I was always going to make another video on the far right anyway. I was always going to make another video on that. So they just stuck to the points that didn't really matter. So in my video, I talked about how the mentally ill, the disabled, and to a certain extent, trans people were already being genocided by our collective governments in the Five Eyes. Like I already talked about how we were low-key being euthanized by our government. And the US government, by the way, want to take it a step further by saying that trans people are mentally impaired. So they want to group the mentally ill and trans people together. But I talked about how the mentally ill and the homeless stand to be euthanized. And I talked about what kind of person it makes the youngest person of the family to even think about saying, oh, well, she's mentally ill and she's homeless. We're not. So, we're good. And I'm like, okay, cool. I said, what kind of person does that make you to even think some shit like that? Even if you don't mean it, that's fucked up. And honestly, yeah, the fact that Emma Logan and her family didn't even address the obvious eugenics going on that is already happening, that not only affects me, but also affects her family, because they are literally one paycheck away, one benefit away from being out on the fucking streets themselves. And on top of that, they're mentally ill, as like, that's their get out card. They're mentally ill as well. So the euthanization of the mentally ill and the homeless absolutely involves them, but they can't get to me with that. So what they're going to do is they're going to try the racism angle again. They're going to get to me through the 3 million Minge March, and they're going to get to me through Charlie Kirk, because those are the only talking points that they really have. They can't get me on the euthanization of the disabled and the homeless. They can't get me on the fact that the far right uses demons in order to supplement what they've got going on. Like they've been using demonic energy to supplement what they've got going on. They can't challenge me on that. They can't challenge me on the fact that the perps and the targeted individuals alike are most likely to be euthanized. that being a perp doesn't spare you. So they didn't confront me on any of those things, and instead chose to try to go back to the slavery argument, which has been done 1,000 times, the Charlie Kirk argument, which was a lie and was wrong. And then on top of that, like just talking about a whole bunch of other shit that doesn't matter. The 3 million Minge March, we've already done that. The march has already happened. I don't know why you're still talking about it. And then on top of that, the comments are saying, I don't believe this woman, don't trust this woman. Make a video, mate. Make a video. It wasn't that the whole plan. In fact, are you not making videos already? Like, make a video actually contesting me. If you can't face me face to face, instead of saying all this, I don't trust this woman, instead of doing all that shit, just make a video. Just make a video piece by piece, debunking everything that I've said. Do that instead of coming on comments talking about, oh, don't trust this woman, when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And on top of that, let me ask a really serious question. Is this what you call defending your children? Coming onto my page and harassing me with baseless arguments that don't address the real issues. Don't even address the fact that I'm talking to your youngest on camera. You don't even confront that. But you will get on my page to harass me and talk about some nonsense. Why don't you make a video? Why don't you make a video challenging me? Don't talk to my fucking kids. You can't even do that. You can't even make a video response saying, don't talk to my fucking kids. Don't mention my name. Don't do this, that, and the third. You can't even do that. You have to come on my YouTube and talk to me about stuff that doesn't matter and that you know is fucking false. And you're doing just to get a reaction. Do you understand what I'm saying? That can never be me as a mum. I don't care if I'm a TI or a perp. I don't care if I'm a TI or a perp. I have popped up at your door and talked to you face to face over less than that. I don't have any kids. Can you imagine if I did have kids and you were addressing them online and you were talking that shit? Baby, it's up. Because that's what a real lioness for her children does. She fucking fights. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no fucking way. You're not going to sit there and like, whoo, boy. First of all, I wouldn't even get my kids involved in gang stalking. You couldn't pay me to do that. Knowing that their lives are about to be changed and ruined forever for what? For some trinkets, for some pads, for some coupons. You couldn't pay me to get my kids involved, first of all. Second of all, if you were going to get my kids involved and the target of, your harassment was addressing your children on camera, instead of coming online and talking about Tommy Robinson and the 3 million Minge March, instead of talking about fucking slavery and colonization, why don't you talk to me about the fact that I addressed a kid? You're not going to talk to me about that? And you're not going to talk to me about what I addressed the kid about? What are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Like your whole, Emma, I got to tell you right now, you, your sister Kay, your mum, your dad, like you're a fucking disgrace, all of you. You're an absolute disgrace. Imagine raising your children to be racist people, to think that racism is a game. Imagine raising children like that. And then on top of that, when they start acting the way that you demonstrated through your actions was acceptable behavior, you accuse them of being hateful. You accuse them of being spiteful. You accuse them of being mean. They are following your example and you're accusing them of being hateful. It's all right for me to do it because I'm the target of their harassment. But what about you? All they're doing is what you taught them. All they're doing is what you taught them. And yet you want to turn around and blame them for their behavior. I'm only addressing them because you stay lying to them in their fucking face and they need to be told the truth. Right? So not only do you teach your children these behaviors, you hide your own behavior behind your kids. Like you are online talking about all kinds of black C words and N words and all that type of stuff. And you You make out like that's because you were protecting your children. It wasn't because you were protecting your children. You were protecting your pride. That's what I notice about a lot of gang stalker perps who get involved in this stuff. They like to hide behind their children. When they get caught out in wrongdoing, they like to hide behind their children, use their children as an emotional or even physical shield. And that's exactly what you're doing now. Like, you're using online as a shield. You're using your kids as a shield. You're using the Section 21 as a shield. You're using all kinds of different things as a shield. You will do literally anything other than confront the real problem that you know is a fact. How are you this angry at me and you're not angry at the people who set you up and set your children up? My God. How are you this angry at me and you're not angry at the people who set up your kids? How are you online celebrating the fact, like, not even online, you're offline right now. I can hear you right now. Like, how are you celebrating the fact that you got to me and you're not fucking terrified about the fact that the same people who hired you to target me, hired your kids to target me, are the same ones who are setting you up for genocide? How are you this invested in something that is not even a defense of your child? It's a defense of your own pride. I addressed your kid for about 20 minutes on that video. Maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't know how long I addressed your kid for on that video, but I addressed them like a good chunk of that video. No word on that. No word on the issues that I brought up. Just saying, oh, don't trust her, she's hateful. While you spout lies about nothing. Why don't you address the fact that I addressed your kid? Why don't you address what I addressed your kid about? Why don't you address the remarks from Brian Kilmeade and the fact that the UK is already low-key trying to genocide the disabled and the poor? Why don't you address that? Why don't you address any of that? You're a disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace. Like, hiding behind your kids in order to be the worst parts of yourselves. This is not about your child's safety, and it's not about your child's feelings. Because if it was, you'd value your child's feelings and your child's experiences a lot more than you have been. You wouldn't have involved them in gang stalking, nor would you be continuously lying to them about what you're doing and what it involves. I don't even like your kids. I don't even like your fucking kids. And yet I've literally shown more concern for them and their state of mind than you have. I've literally sat them down on camera and told them the truth rather than treating them like the fucking idiots you raised them to be. You have the literal brain of a 16-year-old, Emma. You and your fucking sister. You have the brains of fucking teenagers. But you're getting online talking nonsense about nothing. Like, come on, man. It's embarrassing. There are some bloodlines that are just, I don't know, surplus to requirements. I don't know, man. There are some bloodlines that are just surplus to requirements at this point. I just I can't. I just can't. Like, bro, this video was supposed to be short, but I just don't understand. Like, you think this is defending your children. Come out of the shadows, Emma. Make a video. Make a video. Talk about me. In fact, all of the perps out there, stop hiding, stop fucking ducking behind YouTube. Stop ducking behind reports. Stop ducking behind police. Stop ducking behind mental health. Make fucking videos of your own. Make videos of your own and let me see the videos like I let you see mine. Stop ducking me. Stop ducking people. Stop ducking what you've created. Stop ducking the genocide of poor people and disabled people that you helped to facilitate. Stop ducking the genocide of Black and brown people that you helped to facilitate. Stop ducking the genocide of white working class people that you are helping to facilitate. Stop ducking it. Stop ducking the future that you have left for your children and your descendants. Stop ducking this shit. Confront it. Confront the fact that the far right are using demons that are basically loan sharks and bailiffs that are always waiting for their payment. Stop ducking these people, man. Stop ducking these issues. Address these things. Address it properly. Stop getting online. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Stop hiding because nobody's fooled by you. Just stop hiding, Emma. Stop hiding, Kay. You got all that mouth. Use it for something other than being a nuisance and being a scapegoat and being a pawn. And that's all I have to say for that, for now. As for the rest of you, my fellow TIs, I'm sorry. Like, if my words are jumbled and stuff like that, I've had remote torture here and here, as well as a top here. So if my sentences aren't forming correctly or clearly, then you'll know why. It's got nothing to do with my intelligence level and everything to do with remote torture. Emma's still singing as I'm making this video, by the way, because that's all they can do. All they can do is rattle sabers from behind cages. Just be direct for once. That's all I'm asking. Just be direct for once. Stop ducking, stop diving, defend whatever little family honor you have. At least fucking defend it properly. Assuming you have any. Assuming your family has any honor. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Peace and blessings. I love my fellow TIs. Stay strong, you all right? I will see you in the next one. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye. Oh, that's Empress Justice. Take care. Take care. I love you guys. Bye.